What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated rising Mexican superstar lightweight title contender, King Ryan Garcia, who is now 22 wins, no loss and no draw, 18 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach, coming off a unanimous decision win, unimpressive unanimous decision victory over Emmanuel TAGOE, who was coming in to fight 32 wins, 1 loss, no draws, okay, with 15 wins by way of knockout. So with that said, Ryan Garcia, he fought against Emmanuel TAGOE in his ring return after being out the ring for over a year. The last time we saw Ryan Garcia in the ring was when he took on Olympic gold medalist, British superstar, lightweight title contender Luke Campbell. That was January of 2021, and he won a 7th round TKO victory after being flawed in the fight, getting up and stopping Luke Campbell in the 7th round. With that said, Ryan Garcia was out the ring for quite some time. Ryan Garcia, after the fight with Luke Campbell, he was calling out big names. He stated that he wanted to fight undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis. He stated that if he didn't get the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, he was going to look to fight undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin "The Dream" Haney. Okay, he stated that, you know, if he couldn't get a fight with them, he wanted to face off against former IBF super featherweight world champion Mexican superstar boxer Joseph Jojo Diaz. Okay, he stated that he wanted to face off against former unified lightweight world champion superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez. And Ryan Garcia, at the end of the day, he stated that he had a deal on the table after the fight with Luke Campbell when he was supposed to be negotiating with Gervonta Tank Davis to fight in a massive showdown when Gervonta Tank Davis promoter is Floyd Mayweather and Ryan Garcia promoter is Oscar De La Hoya, who are big rivals to one another, would make the fight, you know, he's following the footsteps of Oscar De La Hoya, Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis following in the footsteps of Floyd Mayweather. It makes for a massive fight, right? And we know Devin Haney, you know, he molded his game after Floyd Mayweather, so it makes for a storyline, right? Either guy. Well, he then stated, stopped the negotiations with Gervonta Tank Davis and stated that he had a deal on the table to face legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny "Pac-Man" Pacquiao, when that was proven not to be true. And Manny Pacquiao's team told Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia if they continue to use their name to try to bolster his star status and his brand, then they would take them to court. So he stopped using Manny Pacquiao as an option. But then he just never entered the negotiation to fight Gervonta Tank Davis when Devin Haney was ringside when he beat Luke Campbell to be Devin Haney's mandatory. And Devin Haney was face-to-face with Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia said, if I don't secure the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm going to fight you. Well, he didn't secure the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. He actually dropped out the negotiations. Then he didn't secure a fight with Manny Pacquiao, clearly. But then he never re-entered negotiations with Devin Haney, and then he stated that because Devin Haney was boring. Now, history says that they have 8 fights in the amateurs, according to Ryan Garcia's father, and that Ryan Garcia, he stopped Devin Haney twice in the amateurs, okay? And they fought 6 times, 6 to 8 times, he said, and they 3-3 or 4-4, something of that magnitude, right? And he stated that Devin Haney was boring, Devin Haney's style was boring, and, you know, he didn't look to fight Devin Haney because Devin Haney needed to prove himself, okay? Well, then that went from him not fighting Devin Haney to beginning negotiations to fight Javier Fortuna, okay? He then began negotiations to fight Javier Fortuna, who was also Devin Haney's mandatory challenger, okay? And then he never fought Javier Fortuna. He cited that he had health issues and he had to pull out the fight, the July fight with Javier Fortuna, okay? Well, then Javier Fortuna then ended up fighting Joseph Jojo Diaz. And then he entered negotiations to fight Joseph Jojo Diaz, and then he said he broke his hand and he couldn't fight Joseph Jojo Diaz. Well, then he parted ways with longtime trainer from 2018 and well-renowned trainer, 2-time trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso, who trains his mentor and big brother and 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer who's currently the undisputed super middleweight, and Saul Canelo Alvarez. And then he stated that, guess what? He wasn't going to be with them because they didn't make time for him. Well, now Ryan Garcia is completely confirming and co-signing everything Canelo Alvarez stated after Ryan Garcia announced that he was leaving Eddie Reynoso and he was going with Joe Goosen. Well, now he's confirmed that Canelo Alvarez stated that Ryan Garcia simply wasn't committed. He would come to the gym late. He would stay in the gym for 20 minutes. He just simply wasn't committed to the craft. He's more committed to being a celebrity outside the sport of boxing, more so than looking to be a celebrity inside the sport of boxing and creating a legacy, right? And he all but confirmed that, because now Ryan Garcia, after this fight, his unimpressive, lackluster performance against Emmanuel TAGOE, who was relatively unknown, well, Ryan Garcia, he now says that he was making it all up because it was a good storyline to call out and act like he wanted to fight Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis. He never truly wanted to fight any of those guys. It made for a good storyline to pretend he wanted those fights, but it was never realistic. So this goes to show you that Ryan Garcia is looking to be a celebrity outside of the sport of boxing, just like everybody assumes. And everybody put the label on him that he's looking to be a celebrity outside of the sport of boxing and not a celebrity inside the sport of boxing. And Ryan Garcia now confirms that when Devin Haney was been calling him out looking for a fight, and Gervonta Tank Davis calling him out looking for a fight, and he's telling the world that he would knock out Gervonta Tank Davis in 2 rounds. He was featured on Mike Tyson, the legendary, iconic, retired Hall of Fame icon, superstar boxer, Iron Mike Tyson show, Hot Box with Iron Mike Tyson. And he was telling Mike Tyson that he was going to knock out Gervonta Tank Davis in 2 rounds. Well, then Mike Tyson FaceTimed Gervonta Tank Davis and said, this dude's talking about he going to knock you out in 2 rounds. We got to make it happen. And Gervonta Tank Davis is like, make it happen. Ryan Garcia is saying that he negotiating, they want to fight. Well, now Ryan Garcia is saying it was all a hoax. He never wanted to fight Devin Haney. He never wanted to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, right? He never wanted to fight Joseph Diaz or any other realistic opponent that was going to give him feedback, because he says that now he's just going to let his team do it. It was good storyline and it made for good publicity, but he never actually won those fights. They were never realistic. So that just co-signs everything Canelo Alvarez was saying, that you have no interest in being a legacy and superstar in the sport of boxing. You're looking to build on your millions of followers on social media and YouTube. That's where you're looking to be a superstar at, not in the sport of boxing. Now you have guys after his fight with Emmanuel TAGOE, like former undisputed world champion Zab Judah, saying he needs to fight at this level more often. You have guys like Teddy Atlas ripping into him, and Teddy Atlas saying this is a joke. You know, he could be 101 fighting 100-0 fighting guys like this. Okay, I'm glad I had UFC. You know, you had people like Rosie Perez saying that, you know, she's glad to, you know, it was an underwhelming performance, but Ryan Garcia had to get his feet back wet after being out for a year, ring rust, so on and so forth. You know, she want to give him the benefit of the doubt. At the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is simply just not committed to the sport of boxing. He made his qualm with kids on TikTok and Instagram with he's hitting a Cobra bag and hitting a speed bag and showing off his hand speed and things of that nature, right? That garners a lot of attention, okay, from young adults and teenagers and kids. But he's not actually looking to make that translate into the sport of boxing and become a world champion. As he just told you, he has no interest in fighting Devin Haney or Gervonta Tank Davis. That was all a hoax. That wasn't never realistic. And he was just calling their name out simply to garner attention, okay? And so now it looks like they're looking to build up a fight with Ryan Garcia and Joseph Jojo Diaz, who Devin Haney ended up beating, because Devin Haney ended up filling in for Ryan Garcia and beating Joseph Jojo Diaz December 4th, okay, of last year. Now Devin Haney's going into an undisputed showdown with newly crowned unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr. June 4th in the States, June 5th in Australia. Gervonta Tank Davis is going into a fight with fellow stablemate May 28th in undefeated WBA interim lightweight title contender Rolando Rolly Romero. Okay, and Teofimo Lopez looked like he's moving up to junior welterweight. So Ryan Garcia exposes his own self and lets it be known he never had any interest in fighting these top-level guys. It was all a hoax, and it was never realistic. Amazing. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like your shitty videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.